The sky over New Chicago burned with streaks of orange and ash. From the shattered windows of the ruined command tower, Anna pressed her forehead to the cool glass. Below her, the city lay in ruin. Fires raged through shattered streets. Smoke curled toward the darkening sky. Every siren and every distant voice spoke of defeat. Humanity stood at its lowest moment. Anna had joined the Earth Defense Corps at 19. Now, at 27, she had seen too many friends fall. Her uniform was scorched, her hands still shook from each tremor of the plasma blasts. Yet she refused to leave her post. The council had ordered a final evacuation, but Anna stayed. Someone needed to witness the end. Across the plaza, Captain Leo Rivera barked orders into his comm unit. His voice was rough, but each word carried hope. "All units, hold your lines, protect the civilians, do not break." His helmet lay under his arm, revealing dark hair and a faint scar above his left eyebrow. He had lost an arm in the last skirmish, but his spirit was unbroken. Anna watched Leo rush past. His movements were quick, practiced, like water flowing around rocks. She recognized the look in his eyes, fierce determination. She touched the scar above her own eyebrow, a thin white line from a near miss. In that moment, they shared more than a battlefield. They shared a promise to stand until the end. In the distance, the alien armada hung like a dark cloud. Their ships were vast, twisted shapes of metal and living matter. They hovered low as if savoring the sight of broken cities. Their weapons fired in slow, deliberate pulses. Each volley smashed another building, another street, another life. "Anna, report!" Leo's voice crackled through her comm. She swallowed. "Our city command is down. Infrastructure is gone. I'm the last available observer. All defense squads are either destroyed or withdrawing." Leo paused. He knew the news was grim, but his reply carried a spark. "Then observe this. Tell them we stand until the last bolt of energy fails." Anna's breath caught. "Yes, sir." She turned from the tower and glanced at the rising moon. It was a silver sliver against soot and smoke. Under that moonlight, she could almost imagine Earth at peace. Blue oceans, green forests, clear skies. Now all that remained was ash. Far below, families huddled beside crumbling walls. A child clutched her mother's hand, eyes wide with fear. A father wrapped his coat around two trembling toddlers. Anna's heart ached. These people had done nothing to deserve this end. And yet, surrender was not an option. A sudden tremor shook the tower. Debris rattled down the hallway behind Anna. Her comm unit shrieked with incoming fire alerts. The Armada had begun their final strike. She grabbed her tablet and tapped furiously. Sensors lit up in red. Heavy plasma concentrations, mass beam fire converging on the city center. Then, through the chaos, an alert blinked on a hidden channel, one marked Alpha Strike. Anna's eyes widened. Alpha Strike was a protocol for the secret superweapon fleet. It was theoretical. Nobody believed it truly existed. Officially, it was just a rumor whispered among top officers. If Earth fell, then Earth's ultimate fleet would rise from hidden bases. Anna tapped the channel again. Static, no transmission. Then a single line of text appeared. Protocol active. Stand by. Fleet emerging at 2300 hours. Her fingers trembled. 2300 hours was 20 minutes away. Could it be real? The Armada's next salvo would hit in less than 10. Were they sending a trap? Or was this the salvation everyone had prayed for? She called Leo. "Sir, I'm receiving—" "Go ahead," Leo answered, voice steady. "Alpha. Strike protocol. Fleet emergence in 20 minutes. Silence. Then, verify." Anna scrolled through layers of encrypted data. Satellite feeds flickered as they unlocked. She watched in awe as dozens of vessels broke orbit over the Pacific. They were sleek silver ships glowing with blue engines. They moved in perfect formation like schools of fish under moonlit water. Anna's eyes blurred. "It's real." "Anna," Leo said, voice near a whisper. "Tell command, tell every survivor, hold position until they arrive." "Yes, sir." She broadcasted the message on all open channels. Attention all units and survivors. A secret Earth fleet is en route. Hold your ground. Help is coming. For a moment, the only sound was distant explosions. Then, across every radio frequency, cheers and relieved sobs rose. Small groups of defenders lifted their weapons skyward as if saluting the stars. In the ruins, some even stopped to pray. Anna backed away from the window and fell to her knees. Her comm tablet slipped from her fingers. She buried her face in her hands and whispered, "Thank you." Outside, the Pacific horizon glowed with the shape of the emerging fleet. Dozens of cruisers, carriers, and fighters formed a vast armada. Each ship pulsed with energy, ready to unleash Earth's might. Anna stood and straightened her back. She wiped the tears from her cheeks and lifted her comm. "Captain Rivera," she said, voice firm. "The fleet has arrived. We stand ready." On the other end, Leo clicked his tongue and saluted. "Then let's show them what humanity can do." As the first silver ships sliced through the night sky, Anna felt hope rise in her chest. Earth's darkest hour was not the end. The true fight was just beginning. And this time, humanity's ultimate fleet would lead the charge. The newly arrived fleet cast a silver glow over the ruined city. Anna stood on the roof of the command tower, scanning the horizon. Captain Rivera's voice crackled in her earpiece. "Anna, coordinate our first strike. Pick a target and mark it." She nodded, even though Leo could not see her. Below, smoke still rose from collapsed buildings. The alien forces had massed at the old harbor, their landing barges ready to deploy. Ground troops. That would be the first weak spot. Anna tapped her tablet and pulled up a tactical map. She highlighted the harbor cluster. "Sir, we'll hit their supply lines first. It should slow their push into the inner city." "Good," Leo replied. "I'll lead a squad of fighters in the eastern quadrant. Ready your coordinates?" Anna's hands moved quickly. She sent beam targeting data to the flagship, the largest vessel in Earth's fleet. Its hull gleamed like a mountain of metal, engines humming with raw power. Moments later, a blue tracer line arced across the sky and struck the harbor docks. The explosion rocked the water, flipping a barge onto its side and sending shockwaves through the alien lines. Below, Leo and his squad surged forward. Their exosuits boosted them over rubble, plasma rifles glowing. Anna watched as they ducked behind a half-collapsed warehouse. Two fighters opened fire, their shots cutting through alien gunships circling overhead. "Alpha team moving in," Leo reported. "They're pushing back, but..." A sudden flash lit the sky. A massive beam tore through the warehouse wall. Concrete dust filled the air. One of Leo's squad mates, Mira, tumbled out, coughing. "Medic!" Leo shouted. He sprinted to Mira's side, checking her suit's damage. She winced as he patched a plasma burn on her arm. Anna's heart pounded. The flagship's sensors flagged a hostile capital ship descending. It hovered above the docks, its weapon array charging. "Captain, a destroyer-class enemy is deploying. Heavy weaponry. It's too strong for small squads." Anna's voice trembled. Leo grit his teeth. "Understood. I'll call for direct fleet support." He radioed the flagship. Moments later, two escort cruisers split from the main formation. They locked their cannons on the destroyer. Bright beams lanced forward, colliding with the alien ship's shields. Sparks and fire danced across its hull. The destroyer shuddered, then its silhouette wavered. With a huge crack, its shields collapsed. The cruiser's beams cut into its oar. The ship groaned, then disintegrated in a blinding flare. Anna exhaled. "It's down. Good work, fleet," Leo said. He helped Mira to her feet. "We owe you one, Anna." "Just keep moving," Anna replied. Her eyes stayed on the horizon, where more alien vessels were emerging from clouds of dust. As the fleet pressed its advantage, Earth forces rallied across the city. Infantry squads advanced on alien encampments. Armored vehicles rolled through shattered streets. Even the civilian resistance, ordinary people armed with scavenged rifles, joined in. Their courage surprised Anna. A young man, barely 20, waved at her from below. "Thanks for the help, Commander," he yelled. Anna smiled. "Stay safe." But the battle was far from over. On the southern ridge, the alien armada began a flanking maneuver. Their fighters swooped down toward the city outskirts, cutting off possible retreats. Anna tapped her comm again. "Captain Rivera, enemy fighters are breaking through to the south. We need an aerial counterattack." "On it," Leo answered. He turned back to his squad. "Reposition to ridge line. Hold until our own fighters arrive." Below the ridge, Leo's team braced behind a stone wall. Alien fighters dove in dive-bombing runs, their pulse cannons firing at will. Leo raised his rifle and aimed at the first fighter swooping in. He squeezed the trigger. A tracer bolt struck the craft's wing, tearing it off. The fighter spiraled into the ground. The other squad mates followed suit, each opening fire with precision. 2 more enemy ships fell, plunging in fiery arcs. Anna saw the flagship release its fighters. Sleek interceptors streaked from its hangars. They cut through the smoky sky like arrows. In seconds, they engaged the remaining alien craft. The 2 skirmishes converged and the air filled with flashes of beam fire. Captain Rivera's voice rang out triumphant. "Sky secure!" Anna let out a breath she did not realize. She held. "Well done, all units." The flagship's captain responded on the channel, her tone formal but relieved. "Commander Anna, we couldn't have done this without your targeting data. Prepare for next phase, ground liberation." Anna straightened. Ground liberation. That meant pushing the aliens entirely out of New Chicago. The thought felt overwhelming but necessary. She looked down at the city below, the wounded, the fighters, the civilians. Their hopes still flickered in every cheer, every salute. Anna pressed a finger to her comm. "All units, stand by. We begin ground liberation in 10 minutes. Regroup at secure points and resupply. The fleet will provide cover." A chorus of affirmations crackled back. Anna allowed herself a small smile. Their first victory was hard won, but it proved Earth's ultimate fleet had the strength to change the tide. Still, she knew the real battle lay ahead. High above, the silver ships glowed against the night. Anna watched their engines pulse, steady and unending. With them at humanity's side, the darkest moment might finally be turning toward dawn. The dawn was muted by lingering smoke, but Anna felt a spark of resolve. She stood on a raised platform in the city square, surrounded by makeshift supply, crates and wounded soldiers. Around her, the hum of the fleet's energy shields pulsed overhead, a constant reminder of Earth's newfound power. Captain Rivera's voice came through the comm. "Anna, we're ready on the eastern flank. Ground." Liberation teams report minimal resistance so far. Anna glanced at her tablet. The tactical map showed 3 primary zones: the industrial district to the east, the government quarter to the north, and the central residential area where most civilians sheltered. The alien forces had been strongest in the industrial sector, using factories as fortified strongholds. That would be the first target. "Understood," she replied, marking Eastern Zone Alpha. "Fleet artillery will begin softening enemy defenses in 5 minutes. All ground squads moved to staging points. Soldiers hustled by, carrying heavy rifles and equipment. A medic knelt by a wounded technician, offering water and reassurance. The city's brave volunteers helped pack care kits for civilians, food, rations, bandages, water purification tablets. Anna turned to Lieutenant Harper, the operations officer. "How are our numbers?" Harper tapped his compad. "We have 30 exosuit teams, 40 infantry squads, and 15 armored transports ready. Civilian resistance is holding positions near the riverbanks. They await our signal." Anna nodded. "Good. Once the barrages begin, we move in. Keep civilian teams clear of drop zones." Harper saluted. "Yes, Commander." A low roar filled the air as the flagship's heavy batteries charged. Anna raised her hand to signal the squads. "Brace for barrage. 3, 2, 1. Bright, blue beams lanced through the morning haze, striking the factory walls. Explosions rocked the ground, sending clouds of dust and debris into the air. Windows shattered. Metal beams twisted and alien emplacements collapsed under the force. "Barrage complete," came the fleet captain's voice. Primary defenses are down. Anna pressed her comm button. All units, advance. Ground teams surged forward, weapons raised. The once imposing factory gates lay in ruin, giving way to alleys littered with debris. Anna watched as exosuited soldiers cleared each section methodically. Harper's transport rolled ahead, its armor plating deflecting stray blasts. Inside the main factory hall, alien troops scrambled to regroup. Their pulse rifles barked in short bursts. But against Earth's combined arms, armored transports, exosuits, and fleet support, they stood little chance. Lieutenant Harper radioed, breathless. "We've sealed the hall. Enemy resistance is collapsing." Anna allowed herself a small smile. "Secure the site and sweep for survivors. Then prepare to move north." Beyond the factory, civilians emerged from hiding. They stared at the battered machinery, uncertain whether to cheer or to fear further fighting. Anna approached a small group, a mother clutching a baby and two young boys. "Are you all right?" Anna asked gently. The mother's eyes brimmed with tears. "Thank you. We thought it was the end." Anna's voice was firm yet kind. "It's not the end. We'll get you to safety." She signaled to a nearby medic. "Escort them to the riverbank safe zone." The medic nodded and guided them away. Anna watched them go, gratitude on their faces. In that moment, she realized how much was at stake, not just land or battle lines, but the lives of ordinary people. Her comm crackled again. "Anna, scouts report a heavy enemy contingent at the Northern Council building. They've fortified the roof and are using plasma towers to sweep the plaza." It was Major Diaz of the advance guard. Anna studied the map. The council building stood on a slight rise, its stone walls scarred by previous bombardment. Taking, it would cut off the aliens' command hub in the city. "Understood," Anna said. "We'll hit them with a precision strike. Fleet interceptors, prepare a low-altitude run to disable those plasma towers. Ground units, flank from the east and west entrances." "Copy," Major Diaz confirmed. Moments later, the air filled with the roar of fighters. Anna glanced upward as gleaming interceptors darted toward the council building. They swooped low and released high-frequency EMP pulses. The pulses rippled through the building, and the plasma towers sputtered and died. "Plasma towers down," the interceptor's squadron leader reported. Anna exhaled. "Now ground teams move." East and west flanks closed in, exosuit soldiers using cover to approach the building. The main doors buckled under heavy plasma fire. With a coordinated charge, the squads broke through. Inside, alien troops fired wildly, but flanking squads caught them in crossfire. Within minutes, the plaza was silent. Major Diaz's voice rang out. "Building secure, no sign of high-value targets." Anna replied, "Clear the interior and gather intel, then prepare to secure the central residential zone." She stepped aside to update her tablet. The path ahead was clear, one final push to free the city center. But Anna knew the aliens could still have hidden reserves. This victory brought them closer to dawn, but the war was far from over. She looked up at the battered skyline, the fleet shield still glowing above. Humanity's ultimate force had delivered a decisive blow, but the price had been high. Still, for the first time in weeks, Anna felt something stronger than fear, a fierce hope that together they could reclaim their world. The city center lay in silence beneath a layer of dust and broken glass. Anna moved through the streets with Lieutenant Harper at her side. Streetlights flickered, their shattered casings dangling by wires. Abandoned vehicles blocked narrow alleys, and the scent of smoke and damp concrete filled the air. "Keep your eyes open," Anna said softly. "These blocks are tight. The enemy could be anywhere." Harper nodded. His exosuit servos hissed as he adjusted his rifle. "Our scouts haven't reported large forces, but we found pockets of resistance in the high-rise apartments." Anna checked her tablet. The central residential zone had dozens of tall buildings packed together. Civilians were sheltering on upper floors, and the aliens had set up sniper nests and energy traps to slow any advance. "First task," she said, Clear the lower floors. Then we'll secure stairwells and elevators. Squad leaders spread out in teams of 4. They moved forward. The first building loomed ahead, its lobby walls scorched, glass doors shattered. Exosuit teams fanned out, entering through broken windows. Anna watched from the street as blue tracer lines marked their path and small drones hovered overhead, mapping the interior. Inside, Private Kim led her team down a hallway cluttered with overturned furniture. She kicked a door open. "Clear," Kim whispered, and they moved on. 2 floors up, they found a small pack of aliens crouched behind a collapsed column. The soldiers opened fire in controlled bursts. The aliens fell, and Kim signaled, "Safe." Anna allowed herself a small nod of relief. "Good work." Harper's voice buzzed in her comm. "Team Bravo has secured floors 1 through 5. No civilian contact yet, but we're detecting life signs on floors 7 and 9. Anna tapped a command. "Send a drone to the 9th floor. Prepare medics for evac." The drone shot up the stairwell, its lights piercing the darkness. Anna watched its feed. A small group of civilians huddled in a corner, eyes wide. A young couple and 2 children, clutching a battered suitcase. "Hold position," Anna said. "Medics will reach you soon." She turned back to the street. More buildings awaited. From the distant plaza, the low hum of the fleet's shields vibrated through the ground. It was a steady heartbeat guiding every soldier's steps. Suddenly, a sharp crack echoed from above. Anna looked up to see 2 alien snipers on a nearby rooftop. Their rifles glowed with charged energy. Before she could react, a bolt slammed into the pavement at her feet, sending shards of stone flying. "Take cover!" Anna shouted. She dove behind a half-collapsed wall, heart pounding. Harper sprinted to her side, firing his rifle in short bursts. The snipers ducked, but Anna caught a glimpse of one's helmet. She raised her own weapon and aimed at the next break in their cover. A shot rang out, and the sniper collapsed, dropping off the roof. The other sniper backed away and vanished behind a rooftop ventilation shaft. Anna tapped her comm. "Rooftop threat neutralized. 1 down, 1 unknown. Secure that building." Harper turned his exosuit thrusters on and leapt upward, landing on the roof's edge. He crept toward the vent and peered inside. Anna watched on his drone feed as he pressed his rifle's light. The sniper lay injured but alive. "Leave him," Anna said. "Priority is civilians." Harper nodded and kicked open the vent, dropping inside. Moments later, he returned with the sniper's rifle. "Weapon down," he reported. "I set up watch for any more." Anna exhaled. "Good. Move your team to assist the medics on the 9th floor." They pressed on to the next building. The air grew colder as they passed through a narrow courtyard. Shredded flags from City Hall hung limply on bent poles. Anna felt the weight of what they fought for, their home, their future. In the second building, they discovered an alien listening post on the 3rd floor. It was a small room filled with consoles and flickering holoscreens. Sergeant Patel scanned the data relay. "They've been intercepting our comms," she said. "They know our plan for the northwest exit." Anna frowned. "Then we adapt. Harper, send a silent signal to all squads. Shift east to the river exit." Harper tapped his pad. "Signal out." Anna addressed the squad. "New evac route. Riverbank east. Use underground tunnels under the square. Avoid main streets." A cheer rose among the soldiers. Any victory, however small, lifted their spirits. By midday, the lower floors of the central zone were clear. Medics escorted civilians through cleared hallways and into waiting transports. Children waved at Anna as they passed, clutching teddy bears and coloring books. Anna paused to watch one child smile. It was the kind of light that cut through any darkness. She felt hope solidify in her chest, stronger than fear. Her comm chirped. "Anna, northwest exit is hot with enemy patrols," Harper reported. "But the river tunnel entrance is clear." "Good," Anna replied. "Begin evac, then regroup on the other side. We push onward when all civilians are safe." She took one last look at the ruined buildings and the blue glow above. Earth's ultimate fleet had reclaimed the sky. Now it was up to her and her teams to reclaim the ground. With every rescued life, they took back their home, one block at a time. The riverbank safe zone hummed with activity as medics, engineers, and soldiers worked side by side. Anna stood on a makeshift platform, watching armored transports unload supplies, food packs, water containers, portable shelters, civilians huddled under tarps, children clutching blankets, their eyes wide with relief. Captain Rivera appeared beside her, his exosuit still streaked with dust. "Civilians are secure," he reported. "Fleet guards the perimeter. No more enemy incursions so far." Anna nodded. "Good. Now we begin the push to the western ridge. That's where the aliens are regrouping for a counterattack." She tapped her comm. "All units prepare to advance on my mark. We move in 10 minutes. Soldiers cheered softly. Part relief, part resolve. Anna knew they had little time to rest. Every second the aliens spent gathering strength was a threat to the city's safety. She looked down at the river's slow current. Moonlight danced on the water, turning it silver. Anna remembered the first time she saw the river as a child. Clear, wide, full of life. Now it was a lifeline, the last safe route out of the city center. Lieutenant Harper joined them. Transport convoys are in position. Eastern column ready to cross via the old bridge. Western column will use the service docks. Anna studied the plans on her tablet. The western route was narrower, flanked by tall warehouses. It offered cover but also hiding spots for enemy snipers. "We'll lead with the western column. Exosuit teams clear the docks, then infantry follows. Eastern column covers our flank." Harper tapped his pad. "Understood." Anna turned to Captain Rivera. "We'll need fleet cover overhead and artillery support again. Can we get a low-orbit strike on the ridge fortifications?" Rivera's comm crackled. "Request granted. Strike in 5 minutes." On the ridge, alien troops had erected makeshift barricades, scrap metal sheets, concrete slabs, and plasma turrets blinking red. Their fighters circled lazily above, testing Earth's defenses. Anna raised her hand. "Prepare for strike. 5 minutes." Soldiers checked ammunition, tightened straps, and exchanged determined glances. Engineers handed out portable EMP grenades. Civilians at the safe zone watched from behind shields, praying silently. The air grew tense. Then the sky pulsed as the fleet's orbital cannons fired. Blue beams shot down, pounding the ridge fortifications. The ground shook, sending dust clouds racing across the river's surface. Walls collapsed. Turrets overheated and exploded. "Strike complete," the fleet captain announced. "Fortifications neutralized." Anna exhaled, then raised her voice. "Move out!" Exosuit teams charged across the river's service docks, boots splashing through shallow water. They swept through, the warehouses, grenades clearing each room. Soldiers secured each corner, marking them clear on the tactical map. Once the docks were safe, infantry squads followed, their rifles raised. Anna led the eastern flank, her heart pounding as she crossed the bridge. Sparks flew from damaged railings and the water below glinted with debris. On the ridge path, alien troops emerged from hiding, firing plasma bolts. Anna dove behind a crushed delivery van, shards of metal cutting the air. She fired back, her shots precise. 2 soldiers beside her covered her advance, unloading clips into the enemy positions. Ahead, Sergeant Patel's squad ascended the ridge's slope. They used portable shields to block heavy fire, pushing forward step by step. Anna circled to the right, using a fallen tree trunk for cover. At the ridge's summit, the main barricade lay in ruins from the orbital strike. Aliens scrambled behind, broken concrete barriers. Anna raised her rifle and took aim at the plasma turret crew. A burst of fire knocked the turret offline. "Turret down!" she called. Rivera's voice answered. "ETA 2 minutes for interceptor sweep." True to his word, Earth fighters swept in low, strafing the remaining alien positions. Their pulse cannons tore through barricades and sent troops scattering. Anna and her teams pressed in. They cleared the last bunker, finding alien soldiers disarmed and surrendering. Major Diaz moved among them, securing prisoners. Anna tapped, her comm. "Ridge secured. Enemy forces bogged down. Civilians can return safely." Across the river, cheers rose from the safe zone. Civilians waved and clapped. Children ran forward, greeting their rescuers. One little boy gave Anna a handmade flag, drawn in crayon with "Thank you" scrawled across it. Anna folded the flag gently into her pocket. "Thank you," she whispered to the boy, kneeling to meet his eyes. "We're not done yet, but we'll protect you." Harper approached, checking his suit's power levels. "We should consolidate our lines and resupply before the final push to the industrial plateau," Anna agreed. "Set up defensive perimeters here. Engineers, start repairs on the docks and bridge. Medics, rotate out exhausted teams." As soldiers and support crews moved to their tasks, Anna looked back toward the city's heart. The skyline was jagged, a testament to destruction and survival. The ultimate fleet's shield still glowed overhead, a promise of strength. She knew Part 6 would test them again. Higher ground, tighter defenses, and more civilians to free. But after today's victory on the ridge, Anna felt confidence in their cause. Humanity had risen from its lowest moment, and now, side by side with Earth's ultimate fleet, they would reclaim their world, one hard-fought victory at a time. The sun dipped low over New Chicago's skyline as Anna and her teams prepared for the final assault on the industrial plateau. The plateau loomed on the city's western edge, a raised expanse of warehouses, power plants, and transport yards. It was the heart of the alien supply network and their last stronghold before the outskirts. Anna stood on the bank of the river, reviewing the tactical map with Lieutenant Harper and Captain Rivera. "We have 3 entry points," she said, tracing her finger along the screen. "North Gate, Central Loading Dock, and Southern Rail Tunnel." Harper nodded. "The North Gate is heavily guarded. The loading dock has energy barriers. The rail tunnel is collapsed in parts, but it offers cover for small teams." Rivera frowned. "A full frontal assault will cost too many lives. We need to hit them fast and hard, then push in before they can regroup." Anna squared her shoulders. "We'll use a 3-pronged approach. Stealth teams breach the tunnel to disable the barriers. Simultaneously, our main force hits the loading dock with surprise. Then, the fleet will bombard the North Gate to draw defenders away." Harper tapped a command. "Teams assigned. Exo-stealth units to tunnel. Infantry and transports to dock. Fleet to strike the North Gate at 2,000 hours." Anna glanced at the sky. The hour was near. "Move out." As the sun set, the shadows grew long. Anna led the stealth teams toward the southern rail entrance. Their exosuits were fitted with adaptive cloaking, making them almost invisible in the dim light. They carried EMP charges and small disruptor grenades. Inside the tunnel, the walls were slick with condensation. Rail tracks twisted through the dark, half-buried under rubble. Private Kim used a portable scanner. "Barrier generators ahead, 50 meters." Anna signaled to halt. She pressed her ear to the wall, listening for patrols. The hum of energy fields pulsed faintly. "Plant the charges," she whispered. Kim and 2 others set EMP devices on the generators. Anna covered the exit, rifle at the ready. Sparks flashed as the charges detonated. The tunnel lights flickered and died, and the energy barriers at the loading dock powered down. "Barrier offline," Kim reported. Anna led the team back through the tunnel mouth, emerging behind a row of cargo containers. The night air was cool and far off. The lights of the city center glowed. She tapped her comm. "North Gate strike is green. Loading dock barriers are down. Main force, advance." Moments later, a thunderous boom shook the ground. High above, the fleet's orbital cannons slammed into the North Gate. Blue beams tore through reinforced steel and concrete. Screams of alarms echoed as alien defenders rushed to the breach. "Now!" Anna cried. From behind the containers, exosuit transports rolled forward with armored wheels. Infantry squads sprinted alongside, weapons raised. They flooded into the loading dock, where hulking supply crates lay stacked. Alien troops scrambled to assemble, their pulse rifles, but the defenders were too quick. Sergeant Patel led a strike team to secure the control tower overlooking the dock. She blasted the door with a plasma charge, and they stormed inside. On the balcony, they raised an Earth flag. The cheers echoed across the plateau. Below, Anna's stealth team moved to disable power relays controlling the plateau's security grid. Disruptor grenades silenced the sensors one by one. The night became still, except for the distant battle at the north gate. Captain Rivera's voice crackled through Anna's earpiece. "Dock is secure. Minimal resistance. Prepare to press forward into the supply yards." Anna scrolled her tablet to the next coordinates. "Supply yards are 2 clicks north. Expect automated turrets and scout drones." They moved out, stepping over fallen alien weaponry. The yard stretched wide, lit by flickering lamps. Cylindrical fuel tanks and cargo trains stood idle. Anna raised her hand. "Spread out. Watch all angles." A drone whirred overhead. Exosuit. Cloaks flickered as it scanned. Private Kim threw a disruptor grenade and the drone tumbled to the ground in sparks. The team pressed on. Suddenly, turrets on gantry cranes came to life. Energy beams slashed toward Anna's squad. She fired back, ducking behind a crate. 2 grenades later, the turrets died in showers of sparks. "Keep moving," Anna urged. They reached a central control hub, a small building with a reinforced door. It was likely the command node for the plateau's defenses. Anna placed an EMP charge on the door's locking mechanism. "Stand back." The charge detonated with a muted shockwave. The door splintered inward. Anna and her team entered, finding console still active. Lieutenant Harper's digital assistant linked into the system. "Shut down all automated defenses," Anna ordered. Lines of code scrolled across the holoconsole. Lights in the yard winked out as weapons powered down. The night grew silent, save for distant battle cries. Anna exhaled. "Defenses offline. All squads converge on the supply hub." Outside, the main force and remaining exosuits poured in. The plateau fell under Earth's control. Captain Rivera approached Anna, dust on his armor. "We've done it," he said quietly. Anna let a small smile break, almost. "Now we secure the hub and cut off their supply lines for good." She looked out over the plateau, vast and desolate beneath the night sky. With every barrier down and every defense disabled, the path to victory lay open. The industrial heart of the alien forces was in their hands. Tomorrow's sunrise would find New Chicago closer to peace than it had been in weeks. But for now, Anna and her teams would hold the plateau, standing guard over the city they loved. The final battle still loomed, but they were ready. Humanity's ultimate fleet had carried them this far. Together, they would see the wars end. Dawn's first light crept over the horizon, painting the industrial plateau in soft gold. Anna stood atop the central supply hub, looking out across the silent yards. The air was cool and still, broken only by the hum of distant fleet engines. Below her, soldiers moved among cargo crates, securing weapons and tending to the wounded. Captain Rivera joined her at the railing. His one remaining arm rested on the metal and his dark eyes reflected the rising sun. "We held the plateau," he said quietly. "The aliens are in full retreat." Anna nodded. "Their supply lines are cut. Their ships above will chase them, from the skies soon." She tapped a button on her comm, and the map displayed shrinking red zones. Alien territory had receded to broken pockets around the city's outskirts. Rivera traced a finger over the map. One more push, and New Chicago is free. Below, Lieutenant Harper coordinated transports to bring supplies down to the city. Civilians crowded the vehicle ramps, their smiles tentative but real. Children waved at Anna as they boarded. One little girl held a handmade banner. "Welcome home." Anna felt a warmth in her chest that had nothing to do with the sun. They had fought through darkness, through loss and fear, but they had not broken. Now hope bloomed again. She spoke into her comm. "All units, begin descent to ground level. Evacuations first, then cleanup teams. We'll clear the rest of the city together." Sergeant Patel appeared at Anna's side, helmet tucked under her arm. "We're receiving surrender signals from the last alien pockets," she reported. "They're asking for terms." Anna allowed herself a small, relieved smile. "Offer them safe passage off-planet. No more blood for their cause." Patel tapped her tablet. "Agreed. Diplomats are on the way." as soldiers and civilians streamed. Down the ramps, Anna made her way to the edge of the plateau. Below lay New Chicago, battered but alive. Smoke still curled from a few fires, but everywhere she saw signs of life returning. Gardens sprouting in shattered courtyards, engineers repairing power lines, children chasing birds among the ruins. Captain Rivera caught up. "Sirens are back. Online down there," he said. "People are celebrating." Anna turned to him, her eyes bright. "We gave them today." He nodded. "You gave them hope, Anna." She looked back at the city. A recovery team lifted the Earth flag atop City Hall, where alien banners once flew. The crowd below cheered, voices rising in a triumphant chorus. In that moment, Anna felt the weight of every sacrifice, every lost friend, every tear shed for the fallen. And she knew it was all worth it. A soft chime on her comm signaled a message from the fleet's flagship. The fleet captain's voice was warm with relief. "Commander Anna, the skies are clear. We'll maintain patrols until all threats are gone. Earth is yours again." Anna replied, "Thank you. We couldn't have done this without you." She closed her eyes and let the sounds wash over her. The cheers, the hum of engines, the distant calls of birds. The world they had known was broken, but a new world was being built from the wreckage. Rivera offered Anna a commemorative medal, a simple silver disc engraved with Earth's symbol and the date, June 10th, 2305. Anna accepted it, her uniform heavy with dust but her spirit light. "Wear it with pride," Rivera said. "You led us through our darkest hour." Anna pinned the medal to her chest. "We all did," she replied. Below, a young engineer approached, carrying a data pad. "Commander, we found a hatch leading to an old subway station. Civilians are re-establishing transit lines. Power's back up to 20% citywide." Anna's eyes lit up. "That's amazing. Tell them to prioritize hospitals and water. Let's get life flowing again." The engineer saluted and hurried off. Anna turned back to the skyline. The silver hulls of the ultimate fleet caught the morning light, then slipped silently into orbit. Soon they would depart for home stations, leaving Earth's defenders to rebuild. Lieutenant Harper joined them, breathless but smiling. "The last evac flight is